international legitimacy, none of which Israel has outlined clearly. The death toll in Gaza has already surpassed 62,000, with women and children making up nearly half. Every new strike deepens the humanitarian catastrophe. Every diplomatic spat widens the gap between Israel and its Western allies. And every delay in ceasefire talks makes the return of the remaining hostages less likely. In the short term, Gaza City is bracing for the full weight of Israel's war machine. In the long term, the takeover could redefine not just the future of Gaza, but also Israel's place in the world.
Now let's shift our attention to Africa, the often overlooked, mineral-rich, youthful country. A major shift is underway there. Western powers have long influenced the region, including the US and former colonial powers like France, but their grip is loosening. Other players have been vying for influence, like China and Russia. And now a surprise contender has joined the mix: Japan. Japan has made major moves recently, like hosting an Africa summit, promising billions of dollars in loans.
I heard some about this yesterday. Japan hosting an African summit.
Digital transformation across
Well,
the
I think that Japan and Africa share something quite in common.
And will it work?
Yeah, they do. Well, you know, Japanese, they never wanted people coming around and bothering them. And I know that Africa don't like people bothering them.
Shockwaves across countries.
Well, maybe you don't like people coming and bothering you either.
Its imports of natural
The
resources.
unlikely guests to dinner and all that stuff.
Japan made a diplomatic outreach to Africa, to countries like Ghana.
It seems like the people who don't like to, who have to be hospitable regardless of what. There's not very many of us. Oh my God, absolutely not. Let alone some guy in Gaza, some kabuki dancer and doing hibachi in Japan, and well, somebody in Moscow or a Muscovite, and Trump in not DC, and Palki Sharma. Well, she's part of the greater subcontinent diaspora, so she could almost be from anywhere. So if I could be a sheik and a sheikh in a tent, and Lawrence Arabia can be a thing, and if I can have Alibaba 40 Fees come to Hartford in the vault, rub a little Janie, and I dream of not on Cocoa Beach, well, maybe Elon and I are already at the Andromeda, and we've sent back the strain or something.
A number of topics are on the
agenda,
agenda,
why not?
Including economy, peace and stability, and health. But at its core lies Japan's big bet on the African continent.
Well, how many whales can swim in the thimble?
Break a sweat alongside the people of Africa.
How many whales can swim in a thimble? Forget about angels dancing on heads of pins. Well, you could try that. Just put one of Nero's angels on a stake and throw it with tar and burn them. Well, that's how many angels can light up a steak. Yeah.
Japan has also
You want it? I don't know.
loans of up to
What do you want?
$5.5 billion.
Who knows?
This will
It's all a story, isn't it? It
happen in
might be.
coordination with
Oh,
African
tisk,
development
tisk, tisk,
to help
tisk.
tackle
A
Africa's
task and a task. Bam, 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 bam. A task, a pretty little basket about how to pay. How to pay, how task, a pretty little basket. Oh, road paved, intention good night. The road to hell paved with good intention. To hell, little basket, basket. We'll get the shroud after rain and put that in your fucking basket, and to hell. Hell to pay. Well, I don't know where you think hell is, but I'm going to tell you one thing. If you don't know where it is, and you might be interested to know, and if you felt serious about what the things I say, even the crazy ones, or know there's some great debt for all of the lives that have been just treated like not even as important as
burdens.
dirt.
Apart from financial...
Not as even as important as dirt, because they've been turned into dirt and plants. Then I suggest one thing. I don't have to do anything. I don't. I've never broken the law. I've served time in jail. I've been tried to be murdered. And all of this has happened in my life in 6 years. And I'm fine and well. So, well, I'm not a decision maker. And I have no authority. I've not spoken to a single person in person that I know. But if somebody sees this video and they make some conclusion on their own, I'm not responsible for that, am I? Now we know I can't be. So if you're Donald John Trump or Vladimir Putin or Ursula or Georgie Maloney Mertz, I think I need to be in Berlin. And I don't have the money to go there. Now, it's so easy for you people to take millions and billions of dollars and pass them amongst yourselves, and you're getting very rich. And you're telling me that there's not any mind out there clever enough to figure out how me can help me, who owes nobody nothing, not embroiled in any problem. For God's sakes. When I was in Washington, D.C. and couldn't get home, a sworn police officer used his own American Express card to buy me a train ticket from Washington, D.C. to New York, because he could write it off as an expense, because he had me and he could do that. And nobody, and Lufthansa still owes me money, and nobody can help anybody, and there's starvation everywhere. A task, a pity little bastard. Boom, 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 bow, 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 bow. Woo. A tisket, a pretty little basket. Oh me, oh my, I do believe that. Corruption of such a corruption. Yeah, I can do this like this and speak. Corruption of such a grand scale as this. What? Well, I know what to do about everything. Yeah, Aaron that's been out here forever and all these problems on the land and these. Of course I know. I know they're there. Well, you wouldn't believe that I could help. So you wouldn't want to call me and come around saying, hey, so you would never do that. So I'm going to tell you the truth. The truth. I can command those waves and the winds. Oh, I can. Now, I can make them intense and not. I mean, I really can. Birds can come and eat on my hand. I can count them wherever they fall out of the sky. So, but that's not just because of me. No, that's because of the depravity and everything that's been done to me and everybody else. And most particularly, the people from time immemorial who dwelt upon this land, who I am their family, not just by some, intermarried bloodline. Yeah. Yes. It's all bloodline for me. Even back to Hungary and who knows even to Xi Jinping, China. Yeah. Of course. Okay. Qui Transult Sustinet, that which is transplanteth sustaineth. No, it doesn't. Because that is only about living plants. So, all transplants are rejected by their host. No amount of medicine or chemicals or potions can prevent the host can prevent the host from rejecting your foolish scientific experimentation to take a host and believe that through some transubstantiationism or transformationism that you don't want to talk about, a mystery. It's been going on for too long. No, it has been. So like I said, the host. Well, I went to a Gardua, which is a place where men and women and children who have been called by a name, seek and you shall find. Be careful. If you get a hole in your boat, you'll sink it down and drown. I mean, yeah, but they have something like a host I had there. They make them by hand and roll these things up, and a time comes and they pass these around, and at appropriate time you eat that. Yeah, you eat it. Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I'll say, whatever, I don't know. I said the host. Qui Transult. No sustinet. No sustinet. Of course not. Not if it's me and my body and you're trying to put organs inside of it. No, that doesn't work. No, that doesn't ever going to work. It doesn't. Qui Transult. No, that makes no sense. It's from a flag, you see. It's over. It's finished. This foolishness. And I know there's still lots and lots of people alive and doing well, driving cars and going about there every day, and maybe they have no idea what's going on. Oh, well, that's nothing new. No, that's old hat. And that's old hat, as old as Lucille Hatfield, another friend of mine, who knew EDT Grosso personally, who helped her with a one-man grand jury to try to solve the tragic death of her son. They never knew who it was, but it could have been a judge, a jewelry salesman, or somebody else. But Lucille Showalter had two other sons. They're both Congregationalist ministers. One in Falmouth, out on the Cape, and the other one, well, deep into Pennsylvania. So I was there because I drove Lucille, and I was welcomed by the congregational priest. So despite what I said, why, I can go traipsing all through Pennsylvania, wherever I want to go. Yeah, my spirit's good. I can go anywhere. I'm not a politician, never been elected. I've never been elected to a public office. I've tried 2 or 3 times and didn't make it. I have a public record. It's in the Gannett Norwich Bulletin. I don't need to take the time to look it up for myself and be self-indulgent and put a hex on me by looking up my own good works. Oh, well, I guess nobody wants to blow the cover on themselves by going in to the Gannett or the day paper and pulling all this stuff out and simply saying, oh, I've seen this guy's face and saying all these weird things. He talked about things. Well, I went and did this and found this stuff, and I'm going to try to find this guy because nobody's ever interviewed him. He talks about all these things. I found all this stuff. Why can't I? Well, okay. No, that's right. My address is on here. My phone number's on here. People know. So I don't know yet. Well, how old was Methuselah? Methuselah? When you learned of Methuselah, what does the book say Methuselah was? 900 years old? Oh, that's really funny. Because if you believe Methuselah is 900, then let me tell you something. Methuselah is a newborn infant person in a whole place where I and many others are in charge of people like Methuselah. So I don't know how old you think you are, might be, but if you all by your own words and science try to say that the planet Earth is 4 billion years old, well, okay, 4 billion. Great, 4 billion. Sure, 4 billion years. Wow, there's so much to know, isn't there? Boy. Well, when I know that, just from reading paper, you can look it up, Krakow is a volcano that went off in the 1600s, and it caused something called the Little Ice Age. Now, I don't know how cold the Little Ice Age, if it was the beginning. I don't know if there was one or beginning, or I don't know. But, well, there's something real from a newspaper that can't be made up. And, well, 1600 works real well with me and my family and history from there over here. So I wouldn't dispute any history over there. So I'm looking really good. I'm sitting mighty pretty like a Kansas City Cheshire cat grin. So, well, I don't know what you're gonna do. about anything. Because I'm a wealthy, wealthy man. I am. And I'm owed a lot of money. $12,000 was a gift because of Biden, Trump first, and then Biden and Trump. And I can understand there's so many important things to press on the minds for, well, as many decades as even me, actually watching the Apollo go up. Whatever the blast off was, literally. Because I wasn't in kindergarten yet, and I was at home with my grandmother. And Eleanor, and I'll guarantee you one thing. I was there with my grandmother. My mom was working. I'll guarantee you this. My grandmother, when I had turned 5, was there with her all summer while my mom's working. I'll guarantee you that everything that happened this summer, 65, and that Apollo thing, whatever was on that television with Walter Cronkite and 2 other channels, well, my grandmother had been keen-eyed watching every bit of that, and I'd been talking to her, too. Yeah, I was 5, watching and discussing it, so. What a privilege to live there. Abingdon, Illinois. Oh, I'm sure that Abraham Lincoln, Kumbaya, Abingdon. Oh, what foretaste of the fortune, how humbly can I, well, hold as a junior the senior prom at Knox College. I was leaving for Missouri, and I left after honoring the seniors. That's why so seemingly you all have to know everything about me anyway. Just always a year or 2 ahead. Oh, what sacrifice I've made. Because in May of 2020, my friend Andrew and I rented a car. I could go get it, the receipt, and prove it, and drove all the way I said, and there was nobody to be found anywhere. So that's either a giant hoax, which would be, that would be like, not possible, right? In a city this big, you can put a hoax like that together. Oh, come on. But that was not possible. So, wiped out all the population of everybody who lived here, and they're all dead. Yeah, that's why there's so many people here trying to fight over well, I'm ready for my close-up. Cecil B. DeMille. And those are road markers on the thing. And patty whack and 16 something. A crack cow blowed my ass out the shed or flushed. I don't know. Who knows what can say? A rock, a table, this or that. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Not really. Because the planet's too big of a place for anybody to comprehend it. It is. It is. Absolutely. It is. But thank God that it still is yet a big enough place that that it's still small enough that death and fighting and warring and poisons and even hand-to-hand combat, pitchforks and knives can envelop the entire globe, the entire vastness of even how big I know it's supposed to be. So, because after all, it's only 70% of the surface is with water and the rest is land, and I'm not sure what you meant by surface when the surface is all down below. So, well, I'm just going to sit here. Yeah. Because I have no cash in the bank. No, of course I don't. But I know there are real people who are criminals and got thousands of dollars put onto their EBT cards, like just fraud, like just, here, take it, like giving it away, like that government people, like really that bad, just here. And they went out and murdered people and terrorized people. And that's okay because they're nameless and blameless, I guess. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. Because I'm sitting here. And I'm even owed more than what I got right now. And I can't take a writ and write it myself and put it at a federal district courthouse, either here in Brooklyn or over in Manhattan. Oh, let me see. Well, this is the problem, everybody. New York City itself is a big place. Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, you have no idea how big it is, but I do. Because, like Glenn Campbell, I've been walking these streets so long, singing the same old song and the snow and the rain. Well, there's been a load of compromising. Well, there's been a load of compromising on the way to this horizon, and I'm going to be the one that's shining on me like a rhinestone cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because that's the opposite. I don't get any cards and letters from anybody I know or strangers. But I'll get real millions of pounds of bullion and all that's owed me, every bit of it, to the credit of my good. I can't spend it all, of course. Got a whole plan about that. I do. It's a wonderful plan. It was one, but it'll be just as good. I was going to set up a double-blind trust and had it all worked out so that it could help everybody, and I would just get an amount of money determined by people so that I could never get blamed for orchestrating anything and making out in the end. And that all's been corrupted now to a point where I don't know, so. But I'm good. My word's still good. Oh, I'm the only one that has a good word. A good word on today. A good word. A good word. Where might a good word be here? A good word. Well, then here, I'll go out here and send a little bird and say, whisper in its ear. So when that gets to you and perches on your shoulder and you say to the bird, hey, are you the bird from Ronnie-Dean-Ward in Brooklyn? And when it doesn't answer back, but I sent it like a carrier pigeon, we'll just wring its fucking head off and say, get that fucking nasty bird out of here. And I'll say, oh, I felt it. Okay, I felt it. David Attenborough and I even watched that. There's nothing more for me to see. No. I can't believe there would be. No, there isn't. There's nothing left I can see in a movie, TV, or anything that can go anywhere besides what I've already seen with my own eyes. Yeah. You want a quadruple feature? Well, we're getting back to punishments then, or just enjoyment. Yeah. Adderall drips, ophthalmic tools on people's eyes, helping you to stay open or treat your eyes to get whatever's in your brain out. I don't know. That would be really kind in that circumstance, but of course, I mean, just turn on a horror movie and do the same thing, but be kind and not scary about it, and yet understand that that's a really awful reality, and I'm playing off that in a way that would be just fine. I guess this is why they had the big euthanasia debate. Oh, don't forget the euthanasia debate during Reagan's time, too. All those headlines, I know them all. Well, I do. And that's not any magic. No. It's just a matter of circumstance, place and time, because I've traveled around a lot. Because that was normal for me. And maybe you have too. And sometimes past 6 years, I've not really traveled at all. I lived in one house in Norwich, 7 years in one house every single day for 7 years, and maybe took one trip to Europe for a while and come back. I guess I won the lottery, I don't know. I got a check in the mail for $12,000. My father died. And my brother went to the funeral, and I couldn't go. And, well, I eventually get a check for $12,000 and say, you know what I'm going to do? Well, I want to go to Europe. I've never been, probably never get to go again. And that's what happened. So might as well be the lottery. I couldn't go. I just trusted my brother to take care of what needed to be done. This is what I got later. So, I can't wait to get 10 billion trillion pounds of bullion or something else. We'll get Secretary Bessent and Jerome Powell on it. Maybe Trump, boom, 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 boom. How are the zebras boys on the Arctic? I don't know. Well, I'm sounding like a pterodactyl. But I'm not that either. Well, this will be the first video on my news station. Dino